Hey, what's up, single, married, widow? This is Carmen Chloe. I am Carmen Chloe, the creator of the Single Married Widow channel, singlemarriedwidow.com. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I have not dropped a video in about a month, but it was deeply in my heart to get back to this space, to get back to this place where I am serving my community, serving other widows, widowed moms. I haven't been doing videos lately, and I felt really convicted in my heart to get back in this place because I know with everything going on in the world that my presence is needed, my voice is needed, and I just wanted to get back to a place that I know for sure that God has called me to. And I feel like a lot of people are getting back on their posts, if you will, back to the place where they know for a fact that God has called them to. A lot of times we do different things and we're kind of testing it out and we're not really sure if it's what we're supposed to be doing. But a lot of people are getting back to where they know they are supposed to be. And I know for a fact that I'm supposed to be serving my fellow widowed sisters. And that's just what I'm going to be doing. So for the month of April, I'm going to be dropping my videos pretty regularly, God willing. And for today's video, I want to talk about a lot of things that you all may have been going through, grief triggers concerning or surrounding the COVID-19, the whole quarantine, all that type of thing. We're in a major pandemic. And much like a lot of you, like the days and months after your husband passing away, you probably woke up every morning like, oh my God, is this real? Like, are we really going through this? Are we really dealing with this? And I kind of parallel that now to waking up in the morning like, oh my God, am I really quarantined in my house? Do I really have to be like super careful when I go out in public or go out to take the trash? So I just wanted to drop a video just talking about the grief triggers that you all may be having surrounding COVID-19, this pandemic that seemingly came out of nowhere, that is just, I don't even know what to call it. And then being quarantined in your homes, those of you who are adhering to the quarantine. So a little bit about me, those of you who are new to the channel who don't know me, I'm Carmen Chloe. I became widowed in December of 2018, took my husband to the hospital on a Saturday. On a Sunday, he had passed away for something that I had taken him to the hospital before. He had complications with a sickle cell crisis. So it was completely devastating. It was sudden. It wasn't like he had, was sick, chronically sick, although sickle cell is I believe it's considered an autoimmune disease, but it wasn't something that had him in the hospital often. In our 6.5 years of being married, the time that he passed away was only the second time that I had witnessed him having a sickle cell crisis. So it was devastating. It was surreal. It was something that it just really turned our worlds upside down. And he left me with two beautiful daughters. At the time, they were ages 4 and 7. After he passed away, we went through major transitions, me and my two daughters. And we really went through a lot. But being able to start this channel and to document my journey through video and to be a voice for other widows and to say the things that some of them may have been thinking but didn't know how to articulate or may have been a bit apprehensive to say, that was able to aid in my grief and my healing process. And I also noticed that there wasn't many places for me when I first became widowed. Like my friends and my family, they were there, they were loving on me, trying to support me, but they couldn't understand what I was going through. So just me being an expressive person, I'm a writer, I'm an author, I love video marketing, expressing myself that way. It was just natural for me to emote and express myself by way of video. So that's how Single Married Widow came about, how it even got started. So I just wanted to do this video. I'm going to be doing videos regularly because I feel like this is the place that I know that I need to be in for sure. So today's video, I don't want to just hop into a series and not talk about current events or not talk about the elephant that may be in the room, how some of us widows may have been being triggered. Our grief is triggered by all of this. And I'm not saying all of us, but some of us. I consider myself to be an extremely strong person. Sometimes I know that the strength that I have and just my healing process, I know that it's supernatural. I know that it's from God. However, I am human. I have thoughts, I have feelings, and my grief was triggered and I had to confront it the other day. So my children and I, we have been quarantined. Like we went to the grocery store maybe about 2 weeks ago. We stocked up, got gas in the car, and we have been staying put inside of our place. My mom, she got us a bunch of items, some items that we couldn't necessarily find. We went to her house and we picked it up, which our house is about an hour away. She ended up getting some more stuff for us, and she was coming up to the county that we live in so that she could stay at my brother's house and so that she could help to care for his children, because him and his wife are considered essential workers. My brother is a police officer and his wife works in the medical field, and the children are out of school now. So he needed someone to help with his children, because I have my own 2 children. We're doing this whole virtual homeschool, public school thing, which is another beast within itself. So I couldn't help out with his children. And in all honesty, I didn't feel comfortable being in an environment with other people that I don't typically live with, just because of the uncertainty and the unanswered questions surrounding the COVID-19 and how it spreads and all that type of stuff. So my mom, I was telling her, like, we basically were in the house, and my mom was just kind of like old school, like, whatever, like, I'm still going to go to the store and get what I need to get. And I was like, but Mom, some people don't show symptoms. You just don't know. You need to stay out of the house, this, that, and the other. So long story short, my mom has all these things that she wants to bring to me, like some supplies that she had gotten us. And then also my birthday was last Friday. So she had like birthday gifts and cards and stuff from different people. So I told her and her husband were coming up, my stepfather. And I told her, I said, look, like, we're not letting anybody in our house. We're not going outside of the house. If you guys want to, you guys can leave the stuff in my trunk. I'll let it sit for, a day or two, spray it down with some Lysol, and then I'll handle the whole, taking it in and out of the car. So she understood that. She was putting this stuff in my car, and then there was some stuff that she didn't necessarily feel comfortable leaving in my car, some stuff of value. And, I could tell when I opened the patio door, because I like literally was not letting them in my house. I was like, I love all of you, but I just don't really know what's going on. I don't think they're being completely honest on the news, which I don't even watch much of the news anyways. And, her and her husband were taking the stuff out and putting it in my trunk. And after my mom left, because I felt like she was kind of upset with me, and I kind of felt like I was being ungrateful, because here she is bringing like all of this stuff that we need, different supplies, and then like gifts and cards from people who wanted to bless me on my birthday. And I'm like, leave it in the trunk. I'll deal with it later, because in my mind, I'm like, I want to be super safe. I want to spray it down with Lysol. I want to be able to wipe it down with the bleach wipes when I bring it into the house. And some of the stuff was like, super valuable. And she was like, I don't want this sitting in your car overnight. Like, you need to. And I could tell she was like frustrated with me, and I felt ungrateful. And I finally had to confront my fears. Like, after they left, I shut the patio door, and I was trying to call my cousin, because I felt myself breaking down. I felt the tears coming. And when I finally talked to my cousin, like, I just broke down crying. I was like, I don't want my mother to feel like I'm being ungrateful, but I just want to be super safe. I was like, this whole pandemic, it terrifies me. I have faith. I know that I am covered in the blood of Jesus, but I also know that I need to be cautious and use wisdom. And I was honest with my cousin. I was like, this whole situation terrifies me. I said, it makes me think about my husband and how I go back and forth about if he would have taken better care of himself, if he would still be here. And then it made me confront the issue that I am the only living parent that my children have left. And then it also made me think about how, some other people, they may be out and about going to the store, this and that. And to me, it's like, okay, you guys aren't being as cautious and as careful as you can be. But from my vantage point, I see it completely different, because less than a year and a half ago, I lost my husband. And let me tell it, if he would have been just a little bit more proactive with his health, going to the hospital before I was able to force him to go, he would still be here. So having to go through this, being extra careful, because I'm the last parent that my children have left. I don't want any of us getting sick. I'll stay in the house and do what I have to do. And then to see other people like, kind of like, oh my God, you're going to the extreme, this, that, and the other. I'm like, you guys don't understand it from my vantage point. And then maybe, I'm not understanding it from their vantage point because they haven't gone through what I've gone through. So I had to finally confront my fears surrounding this whole quarantine and this COVID and all of this. And it makes me feel really uncomfortable. And when I was talking to my cousin, she was like, don't you dare apologize for being cautious. She was like,